morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I will determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you are the person that committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent of these charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We will set your conditions of pretrial release this morning, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. Determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there will be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you had not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is a pair of assistant state attorneys in the courtroom with me this morning. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. I'll solemnly swear or affirm, tell truth, whole truth, none but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Priscilla Bush. Good morning, Ms. Bush. What's your date of birth? Ms. Bush, your date of birth? What's your date of birth? Oh, we're not hearing you. She's thinking he's deaf as a post.
Did she hear you enough to get up there?
Yeah?
Yeah, she heard you. We can't hear you.
That sounds good.
Your Honor, can you hear us?
Yes, I can now.
We can barely hear you on our end.
Okay.
It's very low.
That's unfortunate for you, of course. Does that help at all?
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
A little better. I will use my outside voice. Priscilla, what's your date of birth?
3681.
There we go. You're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause, or actually you failed to appear in his courtroom for 4 charges, 2 counts of possession of controlled substance, driving on a suspended license, and no motor vehicle registration. As to those charges, Priscilla, did you have an attorney representing you?
No, sir.
Would you like the
public defender?
Well, that's an attorney. They went to law school and took the bar exam and everything. Judge Merritt set your bond at no bond on those. I can't change that. So you'll be held without bond until the 26th of this month when you'll be back in front of him. The attorney from the public defender's office will come see you prior to your court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We're off. Zachary Gerhardt. Morning, Zachary. What's your date of birth?
20/90/94.
Zachary, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself and hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. The bond on the warrant is no bond. I'm not going to change that. I'll have you back in court on the 21st of March. It looks like they told you April 6th. I'll have you back on the 21st. PD will come see you before then, and we'll try to get your case worked out on the 21st, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. John Godbold. Morning, John. What's your date of birth?
1687.
John, I've got 4 charges this morning. I've got 1 count of identity theft, 3 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card. There's probable cause for those 4 counts. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Defender, please.
I assume that was public defender?
Oh, sorry, yes, sir. Public defender.
State, what can you tell me?
Showing that he went on PTI for defrauding a pawnbroker in 2017, not even a year ago, on October 17th, 2017. Other than that, Your Honor, there's just no other history.
Okay. John, I have an address for you on Landover Boulevard in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
Almost 2 years.
Do you have a job these days?
Not permanent. I do flooring here and there for people in my mom's church.
Okay. I'm going to leave your bond for the schedule, which is $2,000 on each count for a total of $8,000. I'm going to have you back in court on the 9th of April. It's very important that if you get out, you contact the public defender's office right away, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ryan Lonan. Morning, Ryan. What's your date of birth?
7/15/71.
Ryan, you're here on a warrant from Pasco County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for a violation of probation, and then set your bond at $30,000. Unfortunately, I can't change that. If you had the ability to post that bond, you could get out of jail here, go down to Newport Richey, and find out when they want you in court. If you cannot post that bond, we'll let Pasco County know, and I'll give them 5 days to come get you. It never takes 5 days with Pasco, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me, and I will find out what the holdup is, all right? Thank you. Dwayne Mathewson. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
6/1/84.
Dwayne, first thing I have for you is a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in front of him last week on a charge of uttering forged bills, and then we have new charges of possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause all the way around. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like to be public defender?
Private attorney.
Okay. Who's your lawyer?
Rob Christensen.
Does Mr. Christensen know where you are this morning?
I'm sure he probably does now, yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay. The bond on my speaking says 3-6. That's probably not right. This is Mathewson. Say what? It is, and it's a Judge Merritt FTA warrant with a no bond on it, so I'd like to roll it up if we could. That's okay. No, that's Tony. This is Judge the FTA in front of Merritt. That's what the warrant is. 4-3? That's okay. There we go. All right, so the bond on the FDA warrant, Dwayne, is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change the date to April 3rd. You'll be back in front of Judge Merritt on the new charges. I'll leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 and $1,000 respectively. I will move that also to April 3rd, so everything's coming back on the same day. Obviously, make sure you get in touch with Mr. Christensen as soon as possible, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Lavondre Pope. Morning, young man. What's your date of birth?
April 2nd, 1993.
Lavondre, you are here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, would you like the public defender?
I have a private attorney, sir.
Very good. Who's your attorney?
Brown Law Firm.
Okay. And does Mr. Brown know where you're at?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bond on the warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'll have you back in court on the 9th of April. Make sure you get a hold of Mr. Brown's office right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Kevin Stack. Kevin, what's your date of birth?
January 4th, 1982, Your Honor.
Kevin, the charge is driving under the influence. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Higher private counsel.
Very good. State what you tell me.
Alright, I'm showing the defendant's a multi-source offender. I'm showing a failure to appear reference out of Hernando County in 2015 and a adjudication withheld in 2009 for obtaining the property by a worthless check. I'm also showing some history in Massachusetts. In 2011, a failure to submit, and in 2013, an unarmed robbery, no disposition. Other than that, Your Honor, there's no other history.
Okay. And sir, I have an address for you on Tuscany Avenue in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been there?
I've been there for 3 years. I've been in Hernando County for 18.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, I work at the VA, Your Honor.
I'll set your bond at $500. I'll have you back in court on April 6th. Make sure when you talk to your lawyer, you tell him about that date, okay?
Your Honor, permission to speak?
Go right ahead.
Can I have released on my own recognizance? My mother's, she's a county employee. She's got stage 4 cancer, and I'm a primary caretaker.
Okay.
She doesn't get around really well. She's not going to be able to come down here and post this bond.
Okay. The answer is no.
Okay.
Because it's a DUI, and because, frankly, if your main concern in life was taking care of your mom, we wouldn't be having a conversation this morning, would we? Thank you.
Yeah.
Anthony Borzel. Morning, Mr. Borzel. What's your date of birth?
6/7/1993.
Mr. Borzel, you're here on a warrant that I signed. It contains 3 counts. First count is murder in the 3rd degree. Second count is possession of a firearm while engaged in a felony. And the 3rd count is criminal solicitation for the sale or possession of controlled substance. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Mr. Lewis.
Judge, we would, Your Honor already signed the warrants. The bonds are, the requested bond is 20,000 count 1, 15,000 count 2, and 2,000 count 3. We'd ask those remain the same.
And Mr. Borzel, I got an address for you on Algoma Avenue in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No, I was on Skyline for a couple of years.
Okay. And you have a job these days?
Yeah, I did.
What were you doing?
I was working at the car wash on 50.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave your bonds per the warrant, which is $20,000, $15,000, and $2,000 respectively. The total is $37,000. I'll have you back in court on the 9th of April. If you were able to bond out, you should contact the public defender's office right away. If you can't bond out, they're going to come see you at the jail before your court date, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, is the 9th of April, is that a Judge Merritt or a Judge Toner?
That is Toner.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business.
Thank you.
We do.
Absolutely. Have a good day.